He's enjoying his
He's having fun.
2013 World Championship a lot. Well, there we go here into game number 3. Fr0zen is going to turn to the Mage. Sintolol going to stay on the Jade Druid. This one, we'll see if Fr0zen is going to be able to corner the Jade Druid. Because, you know, on paper, this actually does seem to be okay matchup for Fr0zen.
It can be. The key card in this matchup for Fr0zen very clearly is Skulking Geist.
Yes.
If he's unable to find Skulking Geist before Sintolol can get his Jades, especially if he gets multiple Jade idols going before the Geist comes out, it's a very big problem.
Right.
Fr0zen does have a lot of strong tools in the matchup. Lots of removal if he can find Jaina early. It's fantastic. This is actually a matchup where the Arcane Intellects are very nice. A lot of the matchups against other controlling decks, you don't necessarily want Arcane Intellect to be cast as much as you can, because it can come down to fatigue situations. But in this, you're really trying to get yourself to that Jaina, to that Skulking Geist as quickly as possible.
Here are some of the key cards. You mentioned the Skulking Geist. I wonder if perhaps Dirty Rat could play a big factor into things.
It can. Just looking at Sintolol's hand, if Fr0zen is the Dirty Rat, the Jade Spirit, that reduces the Jade count. If he Dirty Rats out Medivh, that means there's no Atiesh. He does have to deal with the 7/7 body very early, but it's going to come down next turn anyway if he doesn't hit it. So
right.
I think we may see potentially a Dirty Rat this turn. I think he may go for the trade first in case there's a Jade Behemoth, if he is going to play it. Yep. All right, so Jade count down by 1.
Yeah, it's useful, I guess, in the very...
Ooh, this is one of the situations where the secret package in Fr0zen's deck does betray him.
Yes.
As the Raven Familiar does not get him a card.
You can see Fr0zen's uncomfortable with that, because that Thousands trying to snipe.
Jaina is a big draw that can enable Fr0zen to start taking control when he is able to use his removal spells later, but ooh, the coin is not something you like to use early if you can avoid it, but the pressure from that Medivh is pretty huge.
Yeah. Fr0zen wants to get ahead of Sintolol on the board, not to fall behind and constantly have to struggle to remove it. Dark Arakoa. Very meaty minion.
Oh. Sintolol does have the infestation that he can play with that Atiesh next turn. Fr0zen has already used his coin, so he's going to be playing from behind, very far behind, for the rest of this game. As Sintolol is getting to 10 mana, while Fr0zen only has 6. And you see Fr0zen kind of closing his eyes in despair, disgust, you can say. Oh my god, that is Yasharaj. Okay, well, Arcane Tyrant coming down. Yasharaj gonna pull out a Spellbreaker. Well, that is going to be pretty interesting.
Oh man, he's gonna need that Dragon's Fury to hit a 7 damage AoE, but he just drew one of his Firelance portals. Oh, this is getting nice.
Wow. This is a mess of a board that Fr0zen's gonna have to kill. As you mentioned, Dragon's Fury can do it, but he still has a lot of cheap spells in his deck. He has Arcane Intellect, Ice Barrier, 2 copies of Polymorph left.
Right.
He actually has to hit, I believe it's a 1 and 3.
If he does, though.
And this Malfurion here, and this can give Sintolol aggressive potential that doesn't expose him significantly. He's gonna punch with this. Looks like he actually just hero powered attacked.
Yeah, he just wants to pressure the life total.
Okay, he's gonna use the last charge of his Atiesh here.
Also denies the draw from the Yasha.
All right, Dragon's Fury. It's a 7! He clears the entire board. That is one angry dragon.
Sinto nodding his head, kind of recognizing, you know what? I play control mage, I kind of understand that's what happens. And Fr0zen also drew that Ice Spear, so he improved his odds.
Well, things are still scary for Fr0zen. He may have gotten out of that hole, but Sintolol is digging him an entirely new one.
More Jade Idols getting shuffled in.
Oh my God, Jade Idol, Jade Idol. The march of the golems continues.
Fr0zen looking pretty upset about that one. He just dodged a bullet. He's gonna have to dodge another one.
All right, can he hit the 7? 3,
Oh.
no, that is not it.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
The dragon is done being angry. He's like, no, I need some time off. I need to be a little zen, meditate, you know?
This is an ice block pop available to Sintolol.
Yeah.
12 plus the 4 from branching pass and 4 from the swipe.
Sintolol
Tangled web.
can take it out. That
Yeah.
would potentially
Yeah.
leave him with just a hero power for a break or lethal the following turn.
Does have the luxury even popping at 1
Yes.
with the Maltherian hero power.
My
Kind of tempting not to do that, considering that your board presence beyond that is just a single Jade Idol. After that, you have no real minions of substance, and
Yeah.
it's easy for your opponent to clear.
It's a lot of resources to invest to break the block, and if your opponent has
My turn.
a
is
strong
not-
follow-up, you don't have that much left, but I think he's going for it.
Pops at 4, so he can use his mana to summon a Jade Idol. I like it. Split the difference, develop the board. Force Fr0zen to deal with this.
Ooh, the Artificer means that Fr0zen...
Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty important pickup, I think, because now you can gain armor and remove the minions with the Meteor.
Fr0zen can play Artificer into Ice Barrier and Meteor this turn, which kills all but the 6/6 and gains him 9 life immediately, as well as the 8 life from Barrier, so he doesn't run the risk of getting potentially popped even. He could also set up block and potentially have block with Jaina, but okay, yeah, he's going for Barrier plus Meteor.
I like it. More Jade Idols. These cycle cards from Sinto need to come up pretty big. He has a handful of Jades, both his Behemoths, Eye of Blackpaw, Jade Spirit. More Jades.
All right, that's a lot of big minions.
7,
and
7, 8, 8.
there's no big AoEs left in Fr0zen's deck. He's played both Dragon's Furies. He has played Flame Strike. He has played Blizzards. He's played Meteor.
I'll level with you. I kind of lost track of the Jade Idol count. I wonder if this is the last ones.
And now, I mean, Fr0zen has the Barrier up, but he does not have block up. He chose to play Barrier, but that means that he has no defense next turn to guarantee he stays alive. He can't just play a Jaina this turn.
Jaina puts in the 20, and yeah, there's way more than 20 damage on the board.
If he had played block rather than Barrier last turn, he could play Jaina and have some hope of staying alive.
Right.
But his block would clearly be popped. I think without Polymorph, immediately, Polymorph with the block and having the Jaina up, maybe he could survive, but I think this is just too many big minions too soon for Fr0zen to deal with. He has no time to play his big 9-cost cards.
Runs up what to do.
I think you're right. I think Fr0zen may have gotten too greedy with the Ice Barrier instead of the Ice Block.
To be fair, I don't know even if he had played block and could play Jaina this turn, there's a way back into this because there's just so many large minions. Fireland's Portal finds a 0/7.
Oh,
that is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
There simply are not tools. And even if there were, Sintolol has the full reload with Infestation.
Fr0zen is in huge trouble,
You win.
and that is going to be a concede. Sinto is 1 game away from moving on to the semifinals.
Fr0zen